Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Audra makes a tearful plea to Nate, and Jill shows up at the Kane train. At Society, Audra talks Sally's ear off about starting a new venture. Sally's still counting on Abbott Communications and reveals she may have a different backer. Audra wants a name, but the redhead needs more time. Sally hints that Billy might be upset with her about what she's done. Audra thinks this sounds like more trouble than it's worth. She doesn't want to be under the thumb of another man. Sally says it's not a man. Just then, Amy appears with Nate. "Hello, Audra." Audra gulps. Making nice, they go over Amy's successful cancer treatments and the loss of Damien. Amy admits she's sad that Audra doesn't come around anymore. Nate introduces Amy to Sally and then they walk off. Audra asks Sally not to say, "I told you so." At their table, Nate tells Amy that when he said he was done with Audra, he meant it. Lily joins them and complains about Audra staying in town. Across the room, Audra rolls her eyes over another person who hates her coming in, and thanks Sally for being a good friend who tried to warn her. She gets emotional about missing Amy and Nate and decides she can't run from what she did any longer. It was wrong, stupid, and selfish. She took Nate for granted. In agony, Audra looks over at her ex. Sally thinks Audra can still fix things with Nate. Audra pouts that he's too good for her and keeps beating herself up. Sally urges her pal to try to make things right. At the other table, Lily goes on to Nate and Amy about her twins still being mad at Kane. She can't find anything noble in what her ex has done. Amy thinks Lily and the kids should let it go. That said, she would like nothing more to look Kane in the eye and tell him exactly what she thinks about him. Billy shows up at the Kane train wanting to talk. He got a call from his mother. Jill wants the three of them to get together. Billy questions if this is Kane's plan. They bicker as Ashby insists he has no idea what Jill wants. Billy threatens to tattle to his mother that Kane plans to decimate everyone in Genoa City. Kane snarks that he'll live if Jill is upset about his plan. He will not be deterred. Billy can't figure him out. He swings between remorse and ruthlessness. Kane suggests he focus on Abbott Communications and Sally. Billy asks if Kane will go through with his plan and piss Jill off. Predictably, Ashby refuses to answer. Still throwing attitude, Kane informs Billy he doesn't know enough to stop him. Billy needles that maybe his plan is simply to keep everyone guessing. Billy thinks Kane is in over his head, which Ashby finds amusing. Turning his own advice back on him, Billy suggests he focus on his kids. If he follows through on his plan, he'll lose them for good. This irritates Kane, who asks if he's trying to save him. Billy, a changed man, declares that Sally showed him what matters. Back at Society, Sally urges Audra to be brave and let Nate know that she took him for granted and apologize. She might even get what she wants. Across the room, Lily's still moaning about her children calling her and crying over Kane becoming a mystery billionaire. Talk turns to Audra, and Lily asks Nate if he could forgive her. Nate admits it would take a hell of a lot to convince him. Just then, Audra scoots over to pull him for a chat. Nate resists and Lily urges him not to listen to his ex. Amy, however, urges him to follow his heart. That's enough to convince him to follow Audra out the door. Sally smiles and Lily shoots her a dirty look. Amy tells Lily that Audra's had a tough life and had a terrible childhood. She's not good at being vulnerable and gets in her own way. She has to answer for what she did to Nate, but it breaks her heart to see them in so much pain. Lily harps that Audra took Nate for granted. She has no sympathy for her. Sally passes by, and Lily asks her to stop encouraging Audra to break Nate's heart all over again. Sally's sorry if it upset her. She was glad Audra acknowledged that she made a mistake. Amy jumps in to say that people make mistakes, and it doesn't always define who they are. Lily thinks with Audra it does. At the overlook, Audra cries that Nate has always been there for her, and she repaid him by breaking his heart. I am so incredibly sorry, Nate. She knows what she did was wrong. She didn't take his feelings into account. Audra misses him and what they had. She pushes people away, but she's never felt lonelier since they broke up. There's a hole in my heart without you. She wonders if there's any hope of forgiveness. Back on the Kane train, he's highly irritated by Billy trying to act as his therapist. Billy, unsurprisingly, doesn't give up.